Ladies and gentlemen, hi and welcome to the BLEP Module 2 session. And as you are a valued subscriber, you remember Bodo from Australia from session 1.
Hello, everyone.
Bodo changed his limiting beliefs. Bodo connected and found his mission and his role in the universe, and understood and noticed how a shifting and changing self-image influences beliefs, how understanding the mission and the purpose in life rains positively shifting down to skills, behavior, and changes environment, internal and external. So, Bodo, I'm very happy, pleased, and so honored to have you here with us again. Wonderful. Happy day to Australia.
Thank you very much, and a happy day to Germany. I'm thrilled to be here again. It was a wonderful first session, and as you said, I've changed some of my limiting beliefs, and there's room for more. Definitely, I felt empowered. I was like, okay, let's go delve into it, dive into it. Yeah, it's inspiring.
Wonderful.
So maybe you can feel the energy still there.
Exactly.
Should be it.
And your face tells the story. So when you think about your newly positive installed belief, and when you connect to it again, when you connect to, I simply can achieve everything I set my mind to, when you connect to your emotional loop, to the feelings and the trail that those feelings go in your body. So tell our subscribers and fellow viewers just 2 or 3 sentences about the difference compared to the past where the limiting belief had been ruling.
The limiting beliefs basically got me a little bit hesitating in things. It's like I was overthinking a lot. I was feeling a lot of fear of failure. And it's like, no, I better don't start this thing because this could go wrong, that could go wrong, that could go wrong. And now it's more like, you know what, just give it a go. Have a crack at it and just try.
Awesome.
That's how the energy. My tummy now. My tummy now feels like I've got this warm feeling in my tummy saying, you know what, just do it.
Just do it. And that's exactly
Yes.
what we are going for. And as you stay connected to your mission and to your evolving self-image, what we are going today is, and it's a wonderful Tuesday. So let's change a little bit about the past. And
yes,
let's restructure the past exactly that it's only leverage and only power for your present and the future. And maybe you would also be in the mood to make the future extremely compelling. That
I am in that mood.
Some things in the future would be just so. If I would ask you to close your eyes later in a few minutes, that you simply would lick your lips and you would say, holy, holy heavens, I'm so rejoicing at licking my lips when I think about this compelling future unfolding. But before we do, let's explore a little bit how our subconscious mind structures and sorts memories. Memories mostly are structured in certain chains and certain clusters. That means Memories are based on the cocktail of molecules that had been originated or had been present in the brain during the memory happened. This is why it's so easy. When I say close your eyes and think about something that makes you extremely happy, and think about whether there's a pattern in your life, how inevitably similar things of happiness had happened in your past. So just think about something when you think about it right now that automatically makes a rush and a wave of happiness wash over you. And ask yourself, well, did the similar event happen in the past? Do I know this kind of pattern? Did it maybe happen a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, years ago, and in between? And as you do so, there's something that we call the Little Red Riding Hood experience. Take a basket inside and collect all those feelings of happiness that are related to this pattern and put it in your basket. Oh, there is one a few days ago. Up into the basket, and let's stick it. There's some a few weeks ago that the same pattern of happiness, whoosh, up into your basket, maybe months ago. So that you simply connect to the certain pattern of situations that make you happy. And put it in the basket and stack it and fill the basket all over. That big warm tummy riding Bodo is filling his basket of a pattern of happiness. As you learn that our subconscious mind stores memories in certain kind of chains, in certain kinds of patterns, in certain kinds of clusters, what we call a gestalt. And just to let you fill the first basket of the day, you can return to the here and now. And the first question that we ask ourselves is, Bodo, how do you represent your timeline in terms of past, present, and future if it would be a line? Do you possibly see the past?
Ups and downs.
Okay, so where would be the past? Would it be in front?
It is more like the line that is lower. No, the past is behind me.
The past is behind you. So you stand, as I understand it, are you in your timeline? Or do you see it as if you're watching?
I'm in my timeline, yeah.
Okay, so that is what we call in time. Other people see it through time, meaning they say the past is at the left, the present is straight in front of me, and the future is at the right. So you experience your timeline in time with the future in front of you and the past behind you. Just give it a moment to connect. What would be your individual representation of timeline? How do you, as you sit here with us, how do you represent it?
The past definitely would be at the left. Present is in front of me. But it's more like the past is in the corner, the present and the future is in front of me. I'm just going towards the front, towards the future. But then it's more three-dimensional in one way.
Okay.
If you could say, okay, if I want to put it into, let's say, a normal standard timeline, I could say, okay, the past is on the left, done, dusted. I'm standing here, in front of me is the present, and on the right-hand side is the future that I'm going towards to.
Okay. So it's a mixture of through time and in time, seeing it as a line, as an observer, and on the other hand, knowing that you are moving towards the future. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to
I call this to the road to my success.
I want to show you a few magical miracle techniques in the beginning. So close your eyes and float a little bit high up in the air, just above your timeline. Let you float high up in the air and float so high that you have a full overview of past, present, and future. That you have a wonderful look and allow yourself to feel those amazing feelings, how it feels to be above all things, how it feels to float all over it. And what I want you to do now is to pick a situation and an event in your past that doesn't have so much meaning. That is just a small event that you can get rid of, that doesn't matter much. And just nod with your head when you have found one. Okay. So I want you to reach with an invisible hand and extract a picture of this event, draw it out of your timeline, make it black and white, make it a still, freeze it, push it far back into the distance, and the farther you push it back, the smaller it gets, until it totally blows up in the sun and vanishes. Remove it from your timeline, put this event out, make it a black and white, freeze frame, push it farther back into the distance, and the farther you push it, the smaller it gets, and the more it disappears and blows up into the sun. And as you are doing an amazing, great job, we have a free space left. So I want you to choose a memory that you would replace exactly where you direct the memory out of when you think that would be cool if the past would have been this way. And take your time to find it as a director of a movie or a script. How it would be. And make it, as you learned a little bit about submodalities, make it.
Okay, I've got one, yeah.
Make it awesome, make it vibrant, make it colorful, add the sounds to it that you would love to add smell, taste, feelings. Mix your own cocktail to this memory or event and situation exactly how it feels, simply totally amazing. And take your breathing with you and make it so wonderful that you find the right time to just let it drop down exactly at the location where the other memory was. and anchor it there.
Yeah.
Great. So, how does this feel?
Much better.
So, you have learned that people can access any memory out of free will and remove it, make it a black and white picture, a freeze frame, move it far, far back into the distance, and as much as it disappears, it blows up into the sun and the memory is gone. And this is something where we need to be extremely careful, because we simply want to preserve every learning that we had learned and that was important in every memories that we ever experienced. So I please want you to connect with an inner location where you store your learnings, where every learning is preserved. Because we will need it in a minute or two. And just come back into the here and now and tell me, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had nothing for breakfast today because I got up late.
That's easy to remember, because the robot reminded me of the beer yesterday that it had too much calories.
That's right.
But I guess you still remember your 3 most favorite songs, do you?
Hang on a second. They may have changed again. Gee, which ones were they?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because sometimes the music is amazing and there are new songs coming up. So
that's right, yes.
Because when people script new stories and people write new stories of success, of happiness,
it definitely was,
of pleasure, then maybe the songs change.
They would, yes, they do.
Where
For
other
me, music is
who are related to it pop up into awareness. And I know that music for you is important.
Yes, yeah. Music for me is just to express my emotions. So whenever I feel sad, I've got probably one of the melancholic songs, but then some others as well in the mix that just build me up.
I want to offer you, as I made a raffle today for you, and you got the main prize. So there must be a universe totally in your favor and extremely at your side. And let's just try to live with it successfully. Let's just do it. As you got the main prize, I can offer you a few things. Did you ever experience in your life that there is something like a limiting pattern that occurs and returns all over again?
Yes.
I could imagine. We all have experience where we say, oh, that's the same shit, and I so would love to get rid of it, and now it comes all over again. So the most limiting important emotions for people are anger, shame, guilt, sadness, fear, and anxiety. So today, the first piece of the main prize is that I invite you to get rid of an unpleasant root cause who generated a pattern in your life that didn't cause so much fun, where it just returned all over again. What would the emotion be who is responsible for this kind of pattern?
Emotion. I've dealt with anger before out of the 2 marriages that failed. So I'll just pick another one, I would say.
Yeah, you're free to choose everything here. Guilt, shame, fear, anxiety.
Let's say do the fear.
Okay.
Let's do fear. Yep.
The funny thing is that fear is future-based emotion.
Yep.
Fear is something that isn't able to exist outside of time. Fear needs to be connected to an event that hasn't happened yet. Fear is something that people are afraid of what might happen when a certain event occurs. So let's do something wonderful. Are you able to locate an event related to this fear when it might happen in the future?
Yes. Yes.
Great.
I have an event.
So without crystal ball gazing, estimate and think that if you can go through this event with full resources and with wonderful feelings of courage, of joy, of pleasure, of let's rock the shit, it would be something that you could call, that's an invitation I take?
Yes. Yep.
Great. So just close your eyes and float high up in the air, way high over your timeline, that you can see past, present, and future. And that you can see the event in the future. And I want you to drift high up in the air, hovering over this event and flying more back into the future 15 minutes after the event is over and has been rocked by you like a pro with wonderful positive feelings of any kind you would love to feel that way, like courage, determination, full accessibility of your resources. Just land 15 minutes after the event had happened. And land at your timeline 15 minutes after the event and facing the event. Looking at the event out of a position of 15 minutes after it, and you having been in full accessibility of your resources, and you experiencing the event like a resource pro, and fully associate with the feelings that the event has been amazing, that you rocked it like a pro, that you had been in full accessibility of your resources. And fully associate in these feelings and double them. Take your breathings with you, double them again. Full of competence. Feel a certain tingling on your skin if you would. And feel all the positive feelings and full capability of your resources as you fully drop into the experience of 15 minutes after the event. Knowing that you rocked it like a pro.
Yeah.
As you still face the event, and ask yourself, Bodo, where is the fear now?
It's gone. I'm just telling myself, why didn't I do it earlier?
Oh, I so agree. Why didn't you do it earlier? And the next thing I kindly would love you to ask to do right now is to float with all those positive feelings and the question, why didn't I do it earlier? And all the resource accessibility, all the positive feelings you feel 15 minutes after you have rocked the event in all accessibility of your resources. Start to move through the event from 15 minutes after in the positive, amazing feelings who will double again as you move through it and move towards it, move into the event, experiencing the event in all your resources, in all your, as you take your breathing with you, all your positive feelings, and see how the event goes out of your own eyes in full accessibility of the resources. And how does it feel?
Just amazing. Because I'm just there. I'm
Yes, you are.
doing my speech.
Yes, you
doing
do.
that event.
Yes, exactly.
It's just it feels just great.
It's right. I agree. And as you choose deliberate, high quality, targeted thoughts as the language of your brain, send the marriage of your thoughts and those excellent emotions becoming a magnet and exactly attracting the event how you planned it here. Send the deliberate thoughts into the universe with your magnetic emotions that the universe knows what to deliver. And as you do, the universe knows what number to dial. Bodo's successful speech event, 1-800, at no cost for the universe, and to just deliver overflow for you. And store this inside where you preserve learnings. Because out of 15 minutes after the event, it's just passed and happened. And it was so great. It was so wonderful. And it feels so amazing. As you float back into your here and now and the present, taking all those feelings with you, as you double them, as you float back into your present, as you double them again. And the more you float back to the present, the more they double, the more they multiply, the more they increase, the more they anchor in your cellular system, your neurons, your nervous system, your tissue, your muscles, the more it becomes an experience that already happened. Yes. And I don't need to tell you that you're doing great because your self-image and your knowledge of your mission and your purpose on this planet is already aware of it. So why talk about things that everybody here knows already?
Yeah.
So, my friend, when you look from the present towards your future and towards this event, how does it feel now?
It just feels great. I mean, I know what to do.
And where is the fear?
Wow. what do I feel? I know what to do. It's just, okay, you know what? Just write it down, plan it out, and just do it. That's how it feels.
The question is, where is the fear?
Gone.
Yes, I agree.
Simply gone.
And this is how anxiety and fear is handled. You simply go 15 minutes after the event had happened, knowing that you have been in full resourceful accessibility. Step and float into your future timeline 15 minutes after the event. Access all those wonderful feelings and resources. How good it feels that you rocked it, that you conquered it in full accessibility of every resource that you would have needed out of the old thinking patterns from just the past, which doesn't interest anymore. And then you associate with those wonderful feelings, look towards the event out of the position of 15 minutes after, and multiply your positive, powerful feelings, whether it's courage, pride, joy, happiness, feeling of self-esteem, feeling of value, whatever feeling you need to. And as you move inside the event, experience it out of your own eyes, totally in the event as the feelings multiply. And then just allow yourself to experience the event in full flavor. And after it, just understand that this event is already the past out of the position of 15 minutes after it. So it just happened. Wonderful. And as your brain learns it, just set out the powerful thought intention as the language of your brain, because what you are doing here, Bodo, is changing your brain plasticity, creating new neural connections with the event that characterize themselves as with the total and complete absence of fear. And how does something feel that doesn't exist? It doesn't feel at all. So if you ask someone who doesn't know the language, how does Kiswahili and a Chinese mix sound like? The person just says, no idea. No idea about fear anymore. And then you float back into the present moment, face the event, and notice not only that the fear is gone, but for many people, there is a bunch of motivation of go for it, of relaxation, and of thinking about the event just in balance. And as you are becoming an expert and a time master here, I want to ask your subconscious mind kindly, just make it an habitual pattern when he might feel fear in other areas and aspects of his life. And make it an automated response to let him float 15 minutes after the event had been rocked with Bodo in full accessibility and full competence, with you always being at his side. Knowing what submodalities are, knowing how to enhance a situation positively by expand feelings, but possibly making a movie, making them brighter, add sounds to it that encourage, and possibly adding a smell or a taste that tastes so awesome. As you preserve the new learnings and know how to handle things related to fear from now on, creating situations where you simply look at these events after you return into the present moment where fear simply doesn't exist anymore. Gone, 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 hallelujah, welcome. And I imagine a choir of 475 people cheering you up. That you are such a pro, a rock band, just playing a rock song like, I was made for rocking you, or whatever. Just because you are an expert in creating your life the way it is abundant, wonderful, brilliant, amazing, attractive, compelling, and so delicious. So, this is how we get rid of fear. And Bodo main prize twofold. Okay, twofold. So
Twofold, right.
Let's also get rid of a limiting emotion that is based and connected to the past. Because anger, guilt, fear, and shame also can't exist outside of time. Guilt, for example, and shame and sadness are all based on something that had happened in the past. It's impossible to be sad about something that hasn't happened yet. So make your choice. What do you want to, what kind of gestalt, what kind of chain, what kind of cluster do you want to delete here? Guilt.
Guilt. I say guilt. Yeah.
Amazing. So, do you feel a feeling attached to this guilt in your body?
It's a bit of sadness. Not anger about myself. It's more sadness and not really blame myself in one way. I mean, guilt is a little bit like blame. It's a precursor to blame. That's my understanding of that. But yeah, the guilt is felt with sadness and yeah.
Okay.
It's more like I could have done better.
So you feel, and did it happen that you had the thought, I could have done better more than once?
Yes.
Okay. So we could say it's a certain kind of chain, it's a certain kind of cluster or a certain kind of gestalt where this guilt, sadness, emotional connection, I could have done better, existed more than once.
Yes.
Okay. And would you say that it had limited you? Or that it might be a limiting energy? It's a rhetorical question, but let's just ask.
It is definitely, of course. Yes, it is a limiting energy. It has limited me until now as well, and it will for the next, I think, how many years to go? Yes, but it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you connect to it, I want your subconscious assist you again, as always, to let you find the root cause when this kind of guilt, sadness connection had been experienced for the very, 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 very first time. Was it in this lifetime or earlier?
It's in this life.
This lifetime, okay. So, again, Bodo, float above your timeline, high up in the air. Just high up in the air. And let your subconscious mind bring you over the very first event.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And just drift down in the event for a few seconds and connect with the feeling of guilt or sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to feel it?
Yes.
Okay. Then float up again. Float just over the very first root cause and guilt shame event. High up in the air. So high. Way high. That you preserve the learnings. Everything that needed to be learned from it can be preserved as we are going to release it forever. So just preserve your learnings where you preserve learnings, that you are totally at peace and okay when we are going to release the emotions and the feelings soon. And take your time. Just take your time to preserve the learnings. Because both of preserving learnings takes care that we avoid things in the present and in the future because we have learned something. And humans are intelligent people and are able to preserve learnings. As you float high over the event, look down to it and preserve the learnings.
Mm-hmm.
And I kindly would love you to float 30 minutes before the very first event responsible for these feelings occurred. And
Mm-hmm.
land 30 minutes before the very first feeling occurred and face the event. Look towards it out of a position of 30 minutes before the very first feeling of the guilt sadness occurred.
Yep.
And ask yourself, where is the feeling now?
It's not there yet.
Not there yet. Okay. So float over the event again, look down to it, out of the feeling of it's not there, out of the feeling of 30 minutes before it happens. And release every emotion and feeling of guilt and sadness that is related to the event, to the very first root cause. And take your breathing with you. And say goodbye to those feelings of guilt and sadness. And just take your time and release. Just let go of the emotion of sadness and guilt. Take your breathing with you.
Mm-hmm.
and release.
Yep.
And step into the root cause event and experience it out of your own eyes and check your feelings.
Yes, no guilt. Yeah. No sadness.
Okay. Are you sure?
Because I changed at that moment. I changed my answer. I changed what I would have done if I could do it again.
And try to get the sadness back in vain as hard as you can until you can't even find it anymore. How an expert is who puts huge effort in to find something in vain.
Gone. Yeah.
Awesome.
Shoot the sadness away. Shoot it away. That's it. Yep.
So let's make a test and float into the future past after the root cause, where another event connected to guilt and sadness would be. The next one that had occurred after this. And step into it and check the feelings.
If I go into that event and do what I did in the first event, sadness would be gone.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the event, I'm just doing the same thing again. I'm just changing my decision that I did at that time.
So you want to tell me that there is something that is running automatically currently?
Yes, it is.
That sounds like lip licking awesome.
Holy mackerel, yes.
And just to be on the safe side, take a third event and travel further back from the root cause where a third memory or event would have been.
Just another one, yeah.
And check whether there is any guilt or sadness.
There's none. There's none because that event I can't change. It was outside of my control. I just live with it. I accept what is.
Okay.
And that's about it. It's, yeah, accept what is. Because somebody else made a decision that got me into a sad story where I feel guilty, where I could have done something else, but I realized that this is outside of my control. Thinking about it, it's outside of my control. I couldn't have done anything.
Where acceptance creates a certain feeling of peace.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the right word. I'm with in peace. I'm in peace with it. Yeah.
And allow yourself to let this feeling of being at peace with it expand.
Good feeling. It's more like a so what?
So
happy
what?
Feeling. Hang on.
So what? I met some.
Yes.
I met
So
some
what?
people. I met some people who had limiting self-dialogues and who were talking with themselves in an unbeneficial way. So I taught them the mantra, repeat the mantra, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And when they repeated the mantra, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, Then they learned the upgrade that you automatically learned, and so what?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? And as you are so deeply on the roll, Bodo, go back 30 minutes before the root cause had occurred and land 30 minutes before the root cause occurred, knowing that the feelings of guilt and sadness don't exist anymore, and travel with light speed through your whole complete past within these feelings, up to the present. And do it again. Do it like 15 times. 30 minutes before
All right.
it occurs, to the present moment. Back 30 minutes. So what? Back 30 minutes.
You know what? I'm laughing about it.
Yeah, and
It's just,
I
it's
won't
amusing.
keep you away
It's
from
just
it.
amusing going through. It's just amusing. So what? Yes. It's like,
And
yeah, okay.
some people are so deeply attached to a so what that there's a giggle attached to so what.
Yeah. Could be
Because
dangerous.
the present moment counts, and out of your present moment of
Yeah.
creation, you simply build the future you want to. So what?
Mm. Mm. Yep. Continue. That's it.
Kaboom. So what? My name is Bodo So What Frost. What is
Yes.
the job that you are doing? Oh, I create a compelling future. And I get rid of fear. I just go through things that had been fearful in the past with feelings of full accessibility of my competence. So what?
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
would love you to adjust the submodalities of past and future and present that they are similar about the brightness, so that all the lifeline radiates a certain kind of peace and ease.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Perfect.
So, how does it
Hang on a
feel
second.
to get
This,
rid of a cluster in the gestalt of a limiting feeling?
those ghosts are gone.
The question is, how much pleasure can you stand? I bet a lot.
Definitely a lot. My life is all about being happy, and experiencing or creating pleasure for others. So I'm feeling the satisfaction of others being happy, being that are inspired.
Super awesome.
Yeah, it's just great.
Let's make it even more compelling. So, connect with your future timeline again
Mm-hmm.
and find an event that you so deeply lip-lickingly juicing drool to experience. And make this event 50% more compelling than you would have been able to do it 5 minutes ago. Make it a movie, make it three-dimensional, make it Dolby surround sound, make it with the best sound quality, add the sounds that you would love to add, make them come from 360 degrees from all directions. Even feel 500,000 people cheer you at a global transmission on planet Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, we now broadcast the most compelling experience of Bodo for us to thankfully and beneficially thinks about his past. So what? So make it, as we are adults, make it orgasmic. Make it a giant, awesome, compelling experience. Turn up the
Serious.
volume. make the colors brighter, make them more intense, make it just with smells. What will you smell? What will you taste? What will you hear? What will you feel? And make these feelings a loop. Make them looping all throughout your body. Spin them forward, spin them faster. And put this event into your future at the peak of your emotions. And as you put it into your future, just amplify it times 5. Come on, go for it.
I can see me there.
And
the music from
see yourself out of your own eyes. Just again, make it a 3-dimensional glasses. Just see yourself there. Breathe it in. Taste it. Let it digest it on your tongue. Suck it in. Taste it. Smell it.
Here we go. Yes, I can see myself there, and the music, and the music is just there.
Yes, and as you do, Bodo, look out of the event at your present moment. Look out at your present. So looking back from the future, back to the present, and understand that before this happened, automatically, inevitably, logically, naturally, there had been many other events that had been leading to it, where the universe had been lining up and scripting for you so many events that it just needed to happen. And that even an hour ago, you haven't been aware of, that your future shifts, your future transforms, your future shapes as you look at your future out of your present moment. And as the last thing we are going to do now is look at your future out of your present moment. Look out of your own eyes and see how the future has transformed and shifted and changed. Out of the past, so what experience, and out of the creation that you just did, so compelling.
It feels good. It just feels good.
It feels good.
I know what to do.
Then make it feel better.
I just know what to do.
Good is not enough. Make it feel better.
I feel on top of the world.
On top of the world.
Wasn't that one of my songs?
Yeah.
From the Carpenters?
That's
Here we go.
Now we have the song back, and make it 15% better still. You can do it.
There's another song that comes into my mind when I stand there, when I do that event. It's the Vangelis, Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire. Amazing. Close your eyes for a minute and experience your future out of your present moment.
You know what? That's what I was been doing the last minute already.
Yeah.
That's why I've got this song in my mind already. It's like
do it a minute more.
Yeah. Just feels good.
And just close your eyes.
Just feels good. Perfect.
And just enjoy.
Thanks for that.
With all your senses. And let it expand. As your future naturally lines up, every bliss naturally leading towards it. as you create your compelling future out of your present moment. Because your mindful present moment is the moment of creation. That your powerful thoughts and your chariots of fire emotions become your magnet. With the most abundant, amazing, and compelling future you could ever imagine times 2.
Times 100.
And as you send this magnetically out into the universe delivers. As I stay silent until the song completes. As you stay in joy and bliss. And feel how these feelings go all over your future. All over every event of the future. Way, way, way far into the future from your present moment now. Chariots of fire energy all over it.
This is just awesome. Yeah. Wow.
Now we're talking.
You know what? Tears of joy are coming out. That's great. Hang on.
And you deserve it. And you create yourself.
This is awesome.
You are a time master.
Yes.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Chariots of fire.
Here we go. Here we go. We are on fire.
And you will and can do it. So.
Okay.
Allow yourself to continue to celebrate all over your evening as I ask your subconscious mind to build new gangs of neurons where they wire and fire together, all related to chariots of fire, Bodo future. Tonight, as you sleep refreshingly and wonderfully knowing that there are so many blissful, compelling, positive events lining up for you. As you know how powerful thoughts and amazing feelings are like magnets creating signals for the universe that the universe will always know where to deliver chariots of fire style. AMAZING, Bodo. Amazing.
Amazing.
Cool. Wonderful. That was this.
Yeah.
That was the session for today. So we say, everybody, create your desired future with us. BLEP Module 2, Jocelyn Hilling and David John St. Clair. Elevate your life and business beyond your wildest dreams and imaginations. Create your own chariot of fire style future, compelling, awesome, and continue to shine. Shine on, everybody, and Bodo and I will see you at Module 3. Bye.
See you at Module 3. Bye-bye.